this session, which very compellingly asks the question if Central Eastern Europe is the key to the European Union, whatever that means. And we're going to try to find out. My name is Oana Popescu. I'm director of Global Focus Center, which is a think tank, an independent foreign policy think tank based in Bucharest, Romania. And I'm very happy to have with me a very good lineup of speakers. To my left is Iveta Radičová, former Prime Minister of Slovakia. Andor Dávid, Director of the International Visegrad Fund. Claus, a sociologist, political sociologist and academic. And Sławomir Dębski, Director of the Polish-based Institute of International Affairs. We will try to keep this as interactive as possible. So if all the speakers agree, I will try to keep. I will ask you to keep your initial remarks very brief, if possible. You will have a chance to get back to them in the later rounds, so that we can open it to the floor as soon as possible. And let me just by way of introduction start with a few random thoughts, because we have the results from elections in Budapest and national elections in Poland. So I simply cannot help linking today's discussion with what happens in the two countries, because it's really significant. And I'm thinking, first of all, the title, and I have no idea what the organizers meant by the title, but I think it's something that each of us has to explain. I'm just going to enumerate a few things that are often said about Central Eastern Europe. One, that we are the future of the EU because we still believe in the European idea, because we appreciate freedom since we regained it the hard way in 1989. We haven't, or at least some of our generations have not, were not born with it. The second idea is that we feel persecuted and frustrated now, that we feel that there's this East-West divide and we're on the wrong side of it. Eastern Europe has not really received much in the new European Commission and the post-elections arrangement at EU level. Romania and Hungary had their initial proposals for commissioners rejected. There are books and there are academics who say we're quick to embrace the West and be part of the EU, but then we quickly became frustrated that we were not rich enough, we were not as rich as our Western counterparts, or that our expectations had been, that we were disillusioned, let's say, with the results as compared to expectations. The other thing that is often said about us is that we shoot ourselves in the foot, because we are frustrated, but we react in sort of along the line of, I'll kill myself if you don't love me. Right, which never seems to work in international relations or in life, perhaps. And then to link it to the recent elections, one of the questions that I will be posing to the speakers is when we say Poland or Hungary or Romania or Slovakia, the Czech Republic, they hold the key to the EU's future. Which Poland are we talking about, or which Hungary are we talking about? Half of Poland that voted with peace again, and they consolidated their control over the Sejm, and they have absolute majority, or the other half that essentially voted against peace, which has lost control over the upper house, for instance. Which Hungary? The one that's been voting Viktor Orbán for the past many years, or the one that's just voted in a new mayor of Budapest, and not just in Budapest, but in many other cities. So with this, let me open the discussion, and I will use my privilege as a woman to kind of promote gender balance by inviting Iveta to go first, and see if you can answer at least a few of these questions or give some insights.
Thank you very much. I hope we will enjoy our common time, and I hope the equal time for discussion the audience will have. so we really can try to find the answers, not to easy questions from my point of view. First of all, first argument, Europe and EU is living the best time in our history. And usually we have forgotten to say this sentence. After the years of colonization, then self-destruction and 2 world wars, then Cold War, then the war between 2 parts of Europe, really we enjoy the time of the most freedom we have ever had, the most democracy we have ever had, and together with economic transformation in this part of the region. This is without any doubt the truth. But, and here the problem starts, but there are real, still very deep differences among the EU member states. First dimension, socio-economic. The poverty and material deprivation, and I hope Claus Offe will speak more about this issue, is really from 50% in Hungary to 1% in Sweden. From half of population to near zero of the population. If you have a look on family life and family support once more, there is deep difference among and inside the countries, how they cover not only not human rights at all, but except political and civic rights, social rights. Deep differences. If we have a look on a legal state and developed democracy, we are facing deep differences. From full democracy regimes through pseudo-democracy to authoritarian or hybrid democracy like we see it in Hungary or in Poland. And last but not least, EU integration process is at different status. So 27 countries, 28 still, are the member states of EU. Some of them are in Schengen, some of them are in Eurozone, some of them has agreed on European prosecutor, some not. So there are different segments of the level of integration. And this division is not based on East and West or South and North, but clusters of different groups of the countries depending on the level of their legal state, democracy, and social and economic situation. So if we try to speak about Central Europe, yes, it's because we have in history something in common, but also the differences and some cross-border experiences which were war and peace. So everything together. Yes, this region can be the promoter of EU idea, mainly because we are the fresh blood inside and fresh wind inside EU. But are we behaving as a fresh blood and fresh wind? Very often, we are facing reactions like small child, always in opposition. No, no, no. And it's time to say also what different we would like to see. To be a bit positive and not to be only as really prepared to criticize and not to put on the table a really good common idea. It's not enough to say the words against migration, it's time to say what to do. It's not enough to say the words against more integration, it's time to say, but what next? It's not enough today to say, no, you will not connect rights and legal state with financial support, okay, but what we are prepared to do to improve legal states. So, to be more positive is a challenge, and I hope we are prepared. If there is, and this is the last comment, and what kind, and your question, of political representation. It's complicated for our new Madam President to negotiate with presidents from 3 other countries of Visegrad thought, because yes, there is a difference, and not only based on gender. And she tries, based on diplomatic issues. But the vision of future of EU, the vision of cooperation is really different from Madam President in Slovak Republic and other presidents from other countries. The same we can conclude depends on kind of government is the winner in each country. And my hypothesis is that because of social economic situation in these countries, as we have done the jump, still the expectations are not fulfilled among citizens, so are still crucial. Then not legal state, but social policy and social packages are the topics which can win elections. This was visible now in Poland, this is visible in Slovakia, and I'm not so sure what is visible in Czech Republic.
Well, in light of what you were saying, that we should be more proactive, that we should be more constructive, that we should also make proposals and not just oppose proposals from others. Let me pass this on to Claus Offe, because you mentioned, you emphasized so much the existing inequalities.
Yes.
And let me turn to you to ask you, are we talking about the East-West divide, as I said earlier, or are we dealing more with divides within our own countries? And I'm looking again. I was looking at the results in Hungary, and we have the big cities versus the smaller cities. We have the old boys club, as it has also often been termed, around Viktor Orban, and then we have a lot of young people in the opposition. But then again, do our political preferences reflect these social divides, or do they not? Because after all, everybody seems to have gathered around the politics of redistribution to some extent in Poland, in Hungary. What do you think?
Let me start with a personal remark. In 1992, I decided to join a 10-year project on the transition transformation that happens was happening at the time and still going on in Central Eastern Europe. I'm the only one on the panel who is not from the region, but is never a citizen of a Comecon or also a country. I found this fascinating because it's a unique case in history that a authoritarian state socialist system is transforming itself into a capitalist democracy or democratic capitalist situation. And this process, actually the study at that time, we had the good fortune and the helpful assistance of a young sociologist from Bratislava, Iveta Radičová, who helped a lot in the project. And this transition from socialism to capitalism, unique unanticipated and welcomed on both sides of the Iron Curtain. Start with one important act, which triggered an entire process of 20 years. And this is what I call the Copenhagen deal. The Copenhagen deal basically said, you, the new or prospective new member states of the EU, normalize, that is, adopt our liberal democratic institutions, including the capitalist order of the economy. And in return, and if you behave, and if you make progress under the auspices of conditionality, then you will be admitted to our club of EU 15, and prosperity, democracy, progress, conversions, and whatever will be yours. Right? Okay, this deal that was conceptualized in the three Copenhagen premises of 1993 did fall apart. Both sides of the divide between West and East, I mean, EU 28 consists of the old 15 plus the new 13, two of which are 1.5 Mediterranean islands, all the rest are post-communist, right? So it's a long story, much too long for a short statement. This ended in mutual frustration. The West, the old member states, the EU 50, perceives that this is not working for some reasons that are hard to pin down and to locate exactly. Liberal democracy is not what we associate with as a descriptor of the present conditions in Visegrad and beyond. And also the convergence to promise prosperity and the rapid integration did also not take place as expected. So on both sides, this resulted in frustration. And I mean, compared to the celebrations, celebratory speeches that were given 10 years ago on the 20th anniversary, today's mood, today's speeches, today's vocabulary is much more sober and ambivalent and less certain of the success that has occurred. And rightly so. I consider, coming to your question, I consider the divides that polarize our societies and European society as a whole of two kinds. One is within societies, on both sides of the former divide. We have growing inequality and poverty, what has been mentioned. I mean, in Germany, 17% of children are registered as poor or living under conditions of near poverty, and it's just increasing. The divergence within societies takes place on both sides, and it has an interesting and very worthy of further analysis regional aspect. The cities, the big cities, that turns out also in electoral behavior, are more prosperous and more liberal, whereas the countryside and the small towns everywhere, France, Poland, Germany, Italy, North, South, anyway, there are these regional divides that policymakers are unable to even approach to even. Now, the framework in which all these problems need to be settled is that of more or less nominal liberal democracy.
Can I
yes, okay.
you, because I don't want to...
Well, that's my last point, yeah.
Okay, just one very quick follow-up question as to what you were saying. Do you think that is because the world has changed, including economically, or is it because we have been wrong in how we approach the whole thing? Have we changed the rules of the game during the game and defaulted on the Copenhagen criteria on either side? Or has the world simply changed and the initial 15 changed?
Well, both of this is true. The policies that were applied did not work as expected. And of course you have financial market crisis, you have what's called as globalization, financialization of social policies, many aspects, and I could go on, but I should not, I understand. So let me just make a link to liberal democracy. Liberal democracy is a set of institutions based on party competition, elections, and a representative government, and so on and so on, which is, as we read in all textbooks, something, and in the speeches of presidents and chancellors, is something that is based on compromise. Well, that is right, but before we have compromise, we have struggle, we have conflict, we have disagreements over ideas, over interests, and over identities, the three I's, right? And compromise is meaningless if you do not presuppose conflict and struggle. And the big question, I think, for analyzing the present and predicting the future is this struggle taking place on a level playing field? Or is it biased? Is it unfair? Is it limited in the sense that people do not see the opportunity to write the right question and register their interests, identities, and ideas?
Thank you very much. And you know, I somehow have to turn to Andor, Dávid, because I think one of the things Hungary, at least through Viktor Orbán, has claimed to be doing lately, is to try and make the playing field level, to try and reassert Central Eastern Europe's right to be an equal participant in whatever negotiations on the future of the EU. Do you feel that there is an imbalance that needs to be sorted through? Or do you feel that we are discussing something else in how Central Eastern Europe can or cannot contribute to whatever reform of the European Union takes place?
Thank you, Oana. Welcome everyone. Yes, I'm very pleased to be in this panel, and I would see this topic also be discussed in Brussels or in some other Western European capitals, because it's a very actual topic. First of all, if I think about the European Union, I think that we are all members of it. We have been struggling, all the Central Eastern European countries, to become members of this union. Since the fall of the Berlin Wall 30 years ago, this was something that was uniting us and was uniting our politicians for this common goal, Euro-Atlantic integration. I disagree with Madam Professor Radičová concerning Poland, Hungary being autocratic countries. They are members of the Western Hemisphere, of the Western societies. European institutions have conducted several times fact-finding missions. They found nothing. All of the allegations are based on purely political standpoints. And I say this is okay, because this is part of the political debate that is going on at the moment in the European Union as well, concerning the future of Europe, in which Central Eastern European countries, including the Big Four, are constitutive parts. Now, concerning that we have also this topic on the agenda, it's something that we should actually applaud and cherish because we talk about it. Before, Central Eastern European countries, they were not so much in the reflector. They were not so much on the table for many, many years, right after the enlargement of the European Union. Now suddenly we become important and we are somehow expected to be at the table for giving contribution, and this is something to be welcomed. Socioeconomic differences in our countries. Well, yes, of course there are. In 30 years we can't really make miracles compared to GDP-GNI ratio, for instance, but let's don't forget that due to these differences that we are actually witnessing and cherishing the growth of our economies. This was the environment which attracted to our countries so many foreign direct investments, which bought the factories, which bought know-how and helped to kick in our economies in various segments. Now that we would like to restructure economies, be more added value productions and striving to have also research and development departments, innovation into our economies. Now this is becoming a more tricky question because it's going to restructure not only the strategical thinking of the multinational companies who have been investing to us, but we also need to have restructured our internal labor markets. So it's a big thing to consider in strategic terms for the future. Concerning your questions about Hungary would like to put back on an equal level. Of course, I think all the responsible political leaders in our countries have this wish to be taken as an equal partner, not to have double standards, be that in food in your stores where you can buy local groceries, or sitting at the table and having a say on what kind of common foreign political decisions should be made. I mean, and let's be honest. I mean, V4 and Visegrad as a brand has been mostly put into the spotlight after the immigration crisis started hitting our region. We have to understand that the past 30 years and also before, our region have had its own traumas, have went through a hell of a lot of difficult times, and I think in all of our countries, culture, identity is something that we have been fought for way too long, and they would like to enjoy this moment of sovereignty and independence.
But just again, very quick follow-up. I think we're facing two major challenges at the same time in Central Europe, and we're not the only ones to be facing them. One is protecting our own interests and using our sovereignty to promote our interests within the EU. The other one is consolidating the EU as a whole. The question is, are we able and willing to do both? Because our fate is inextricably linked to the strength and existence of the European Union. And are we more tempted to undermine it from within by continuously saying no for the sake of promoting our interests, rather than understanding that the first thing at stake is the survival of the European Union and its efficiency as such?
I mean, our democratically elected governments obviously say no to those topics and those issues that would look forward into a result that would be not acceptable for them on the medium run. There is a huge debate in the European Union at the moment also connected to the future of the European Union. Later, or some way back, you could call this the typical fight or debate between left and right, conservatives versus liberals. Now it's more a debate about federalists and conservatives, or sovereigntists in this case. So how the European Union and its institutions, the decision-making processes should look like should be conducted in the future. It's a big debate. How much of sovereignty of authority you should delegate to Brussels? How much you should give up? And there is different approaches already in integration. There are some countries who are member of the Eurozone. There are some countries who are member of Schengen. There are regional groupings. Visegrad is one of them. There are the Nordic countries. There are the Baltic countries, and you can name them. I think there is nothing bad about choosing different speeds of integration. We are all on the boat, and what is most important is that we have the same direction, the same aim to reach. And I think this is what we should all agree upon, that we would like to have a united, strong Europe, governed with strong member states. And
I will use this as a springboard to give the word to Sławomir as well, and I will
need
the
to
chance.
say one
Oh, it is really,
I really disagree with you in many issues. And first of all, there is a procedure from European Commission towards Poland, and it was before towards Hungary. Don't close our eyes. We are very sensitive if something has happened in democracy and legal state, because we have had bad chance. I know what I am talking about. And we cannot close the eyes if slowly, step by step, something is going on with public media, with constitutional court, etc. If we close the eyes, one morning we wake up and we will see that democracy is out of the chimney. And I would kindly ask you.
So I will ask Sławomir to jump in, and then you will have a chance to continue the discussion. And Sławomir, I think the main question is because the title is the Central Eastern Europe, whether we hold the key or not to the EU's future. Poland is one of the countries that really wants to be in the game, that really wants to be one of the decision makers and the drivers within the European Union. At the same time, you do take a very Central Eastern European approach to this, which doesn't always agree with the Western one. Now, just cynically speaking, and in realpolitik terms, how efficient do you feel that has been? Is this working within the EU that we have now? Again, taking into account from elections results to Poland's representation and its leverage within the European Union.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. It's always a pleasure to come to Prague. Well, there's a long list of issues, and so let me just say or offer some answers one by one. First, does Central Europe have a key to the European future? Yes, it does, provided that we understand that it is not the only one. Yes, there are many keys to the European future. Yes, one important answer how the future of Europe may look like can be found probably here in this region. But there are other important keys. France, for instance, Germany. And definitely there is no European integration without France. And so let me remind you that just a couple of months ago, President Macron gave an interview saying that in France they had a similar referendum to Great Britain, the result would be exactly the same. So we would have a France exit. So it is not, and I would say that without France, European Union is killed. I didn't say that probably Hungary is not able to build the European Union, but France is absolutely capable to do it. This explains my point and support my point that there are many keys, and we should find more than one solution for the future between them. About this relationship between the West and the East. Of course, in there are reasons, and I wouldn't mention here because it's very often being done. That we have a special historical experience here. We suffer a lot. Yes, that's true. It binds us very much. But we should also remind ourselves that all these countries play a very special role to hold the European project. We are borderlands. We are keeping borders. And of course, one may say that, okay, we stop migrants and it's a bad thing. But on the other hand, these countries, exactly these countries, are the most pro-enlargement countries in the Europe. It is not Poland or Hungary which stopped enlargement policy. It's France and Germany. And enlargement policy, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the strongest movements of European Union at all during the last 30 years. One of the most effective policies we had. So I would encourage all of us to think in more complicated way, because Europe is more complicated. Then, of course, another issue which is important to mention. I mean, we are keeping also security of Europe in order. Without Poland, without Baltic states, without Romania, we would have lived in completely different circumstances and conditions. We are neighboring with a country which uses force as a tool of foreign policy. And because of Ukrainians wanted to join the European Union, they waged a war against Ukraine. And our, let's say, very pro-European countries say that's okay. Yes, we should not provoke this country anymore. We should not offer the vision of European Union and the membership into integration because it could provoke another war. I think that's the problem. I think without regaining our pure and the most powerful magnet, that those who share with our aspirations, those who would like to live in common European house, do have a chance to join. Without them, we would have a problem. And I'll stop here because generally it creates another ground for discussion. It's not only that these countries create a problem; they create also a solution. There are other countries which create problems for at least our vision of European integration.
Thank you very much. Since we have 20 minutes to go, I would like to directly open the floor to questions. While you're